Viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again on this platform where we tell you undiluted truth. Africans, gather here. Let us take a look at this exposition by our brother. Because African leaders or misleaders will never learn.
This is Mobutu Sese, the former president of Zaire, now DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. Here in the video, you see him walking around his yard of one of his multi-million-dollar mansions that he left behind. Here he's walking around, showing off his wealth. He had giraffes and lions and zebras roaming around his yard. If you know the movie Coming to America, it is based on the true life of Mobutu Sese. This is the man behind the assassination of Patrice Lumumba, the Pan-African leader who came to power and only wanted the best for his people. But Mobutu, backed by the CIA, overthrew Patrice Lumumba's government in a very sad way. His own people were turned against him. They unalived him like an animal. When Mobutu Sese took over power in 1965, he was a ruthless dictator. He unalived thousands of people. He did not care whether his people were so poor and had nothing to eat. He amassed so much wealth. He had mansions all over the world. He had 20 wives and countless girlfriends. The same CIA kept Mobutu Sese firmly in power. They helped him assassinate so many of his opponents. After he died, he left hundreds of millions in Europe. And Europe is still refusing to let that money go back to the DRC to this day. Mobutu Sese. Now, what happened after his death? Look at his house now. It's ruins. Ruins. It's all ruins. Looks like they discovered the Roman Empire. It's all gone. This is the sad reality that we are facing here in Africa. Our leaders enriching themselves to the point where they are richer than Bill Gates. But their countries are so poor. And they don't even think that they are not going to the grave with this money. So many times this story is told across Africa. You hear of Frederick Chiruba of Zambia. Same story. Daniel Arap Moi of Kenya. Same story. Sania Abacha of Nigeria. Same story. Everywhere you go in Africa, leaders who got so rich, they are gone and they leave everything behind in ruins. And they are gone. It is so sad because leaders in Europe, they always do things for the generations that are coming. The laws that they pass, the policies that they put in place, they are all about the generations that are coming in the future in Europe. If you look at the election in the United States, it's about issues like abortion. They want to leave women in the future generations that are coming to do what? To decide what they want to do with their bodies. Long after they are gone. But African leaders, it's a different story. They leave draconian laws that punish their own people long after they are gone. And it doesn't matter what age they are. They could be 96 years old and still pass laws that say they should stay in power until they die. That's the legacy that African leaders leave behind.
Good. What an exposition. And it has not stopped up to today in many African countries, especially in Nigeria today. The worst set of leaders around the world is Africa. The African leaders are the worst. They put their personal interest, their greed ahead of public interest and for the good of their people. That is why Africa will continue to be backward. You have billionaires, politicians from poor African countries. They're being used by their paymasters, the Western puppeteers that put them into power and use them to exploit Africa. It is still happening till today, even in Nigeria as we speak. Because I don't see the reason, with all the resources African people have, they are still borrowing money from IMF. And you think that money they are borrowing is a free gift. No! it comes with serious consequences. And these guys, because they know deep down in their heart, they are not going to pay back the money, of course. Even the lenders know they are not paying the money back. But in order to keep the worst of Africans, the people that will remain loyal to them, so that they will use them as a gateway to exploit Africa. But ultimately, they will not learn that at the end of the day, everything turns to ruin, just like this one we've seen. Check it. Millions of African wealth is trapped in the Western world, and there is no hope of repatriating them back to their home countries, because we have the worst of Africans leading Africa. No thanks to the Western world, who have made their international policy, especially in Africa, to influence political decisions and governance in Africa. Anyone that wants to put Africa first, they eliminate him. And they use Africans to do the elimination. So we are our own problem. Especially the poor African people, who are always willing tools in the hands of these politicians, because they have weaponized hunger and poverty. So let me just keep it at that. And just hope, as a voice and a Pan-Africanist for the African people's liberation, I just hope that you keep tagging every of your leaders, wherever, at any level, to this video. Perhaps it will be a good reminder to them what will become of what they will leave behind after they have amassed primitive wealth at the expense of their own people. Please share this video. I want to see it go viral. I'm Asuchire Peters, the advocate for good governance. Bye-bye for now.